Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. We were being charged various maintenance fees and various check writing fees for all of our accounts. And with Notre Dame, we don't have that. We have that true community partnership. We get interest based on all of our parish and school accounts, and the interest rate is really second to none.
So, but they weren't giving it then. If these guys were paying, they weren't giving it away for free. So.
Ogren Insurance, Hammond's oldest family-owned independent insurance agency, now in its third generation providing clients in the Chicago area with products from quality insurance companies to handle your every need. Regardless of driving history, Ogren Insurance can find the right coverage for you at competitive prices. To learn more about the insurance solutions and services we offer throughout Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan, call 219-933-0076 or visit our website, ogreninsurance.com. We're located at 6929 Homan Avenue in Hammond, Indiana. Do business locally with someone you know and trust.
Oh my gosh, there's so much. And
You guys need a security camera at the front.
yeah, they're
With a
gonna
small
put a ring
monitor,
camera.
yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, it's good morning. It is 7:56 Thursday morning, January 8th, and this is the North Township Trustees radio show. And to my right, I have
Nikki, Ramos, Micah.
Okay, there you go. See, if I said I would have been like Nikki Ramos. Like Michael, Dan would have.
Ramos, Micah.
Dan would have killed me. And happy birthday to Dan. A shameless shout out to my good friend Dan.
All the Capricorns' birthdays are.
Yeah, Nikki's husband's birthday. So Dan, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, enjoy that. I mean,
And Happy New Year to everyone.
That is right. Yes,
right?
we haven't been on since
This is
New
our
Year's.
first
So
show.
Happy New Year's to the folks that watch our show. We greatly appreciate you. We love that you tune in on these Thursdays and watch our show, and we greatly appreciate to hear what's going on in the township. So thank you. I can't thank you enough because you all are the reason why we're able to do this every week and come out and give you this information and the information on what's going on in the township. So thank you to the communities of Whiting, East Chicago, Hammond, Griffith, Highland, and Munster, and everybody else that's listening. Thank you.
Yeah, first show of 2026. You missed December. You were
Yeah,
sick.
I was sick. So those, that's a thing that we'll probably, I would like to mention here, and I'll start off mentioning that before we get into what we have going on at the township. Is that, look, folks, if you feel sick, if you are coughing,
Stay
home. Yes, I've caught, and I want to say it was the middle of the month of December, I tested positive for RSV. Went into the emergency room and tested positive for RSV that turned into an infection in my lungs. So,
You don't play around.
So when I got in, my wife brought a test at the store, and I thought maybe it was COVID because, I was getting all the symptoms, and she tested it. No, it wasn't COVID. And then, so I said, well, I need to get my tail into an emergency room, and I got in and they tested me there, and I'm explaining to the doctor that, hey, look, my wife tested already, and he goes, well, we have an upgrade of your test, and we have a lot more tests. I said, okay. So I took the test, another test, and he came back in and he says, yeah, my friend, you tested positive for RSV. And then kind of didn't really know of what was RSV. And then I looked it up, and he explained, and I Googled, and I'm like, it's like...
Because you think it's only for kids, I think is what I've always been under the impression.
And it's the flu. It's almost basically like the flu. You have all the flu symptoms that can turn into either bronchitis or lung infection and other things. And, that's what happened with me. My lungs were inflamed, so they put me on some steroids and antibiotics and all that stuff to knock it out. But this was probably the worst I've been. I mean, I've had COVID, 2 times before, and the flu and all the other things. But this one, man, this RSV took a toll, and I guess that's why I'm really mentioning it and telling folks, I'd never caught it. It was the first time I got it, and man, it took a toll on me. And then my wife caught it, so it lingered in our home for like.
And it was the holidays in December.
Yes. So I missed a lot of holiday parties. Everyone was like, "Where?" Like, listen, man, I'm at home. I was sick. I was in the ER. I'm like, yeah. So, but thank God I am 100% back. My wife still. We're both kicking it. We're just now when I go, I got a hand sanitizer in my car. You go back to the COVID days. I'm walking around. Do I need a box of masks in my car? It's probably, So just if you're out sick, or if you feel sick, or if you feel something coming on,
just think about your family. Think about your coworkers. Think about people that you're around all the time.
I watched.
Take that sick day and stay home.
I watched the nightly news. And when you see that the number of flus are on the uprise, everywhere in America. So it's that time of the year. So if you feel like something coming on, yeah, maybe not go out to a party or around a bunch of people.
No shaking hands, kissing babies either.
Just kind of, but I mean, you can only caution people and hope for the best. But I am back and I feel great, and
it's going to be a good year for the township.
Yes, it definitely is, because we're going to start off with January 13th at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We have our Vets and Friends Coffee Social. It's an event co-hosted by Wicker Memorial Fund and the Wicker Memorial Park Clubhouse. It will be at the Wicker Memorial Park Clubhouse at 2215 Ridge Road. It provides a social service for veterans of all ages and opportunity to gather and network and strengthen their support system. There is no registration for this, so come on out. It's open to all residents, and if you want any more information on that, you can call 219-313-3934. Then we have our North Township Veterans Roundtable is hosting a trip to the State House for the Veterans Legislative Day. That is going to be Monday, January 12th, leaving Wicker Memorial Park Social Center at 5:30 a.m. and returning at 4 p.m. You must register in advance. You can call 219-313-3934. There are seats available. Do you know how many?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But this trip is this coming Monday.
So if you want to get in, if you're listening to this now and you want to get in, you have to register, and you can call. Once again, that was 219-313-3934. There are seats available. This is an annual opportunity for veterans to speak to their legislators and experience the multiple veterans dedicated, and I think there's like a fair. There's a small little fair there in the rotunda in the Capitol where you can walk. And I've been to this event several times with the veterans. I've drove down there and was able to speak to our state representatives, Earl Harris and Carolyn Jackson. Was able to go down there and speak with them folks and bring the veterans to the table so they can discuss the concerning things that are happening and what's going on, what's up on the legislative agenda here in the state of Indiana concerning veterans. So it's a trip you don't have to pay for. You just got to register. Yes, we leave extremely early, 5:30 in the morning, but you got to remember Indy is an hour ahead.
Right.
And it gives you an opportunity, like I say, to network, to meet other veterans in the state of Indiana, to meet other organizations that are going to be there. So it's always a fun event. I think one time, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, we had a speaker from up in this area in the north that actually spoke and presented up there. So it's a very great event, very great event. So if you're a veteran and you'd like to attend, by all means, call 313-3934 because there are seats available, and it's going to be a fun time.
And again, it's this Monday.
Yes.
This Monday. Next up, we're moving on to February, is the Veterans Roundtable monthly meeting, which is Wednesday, February 4th at 12 noon. It's held at the Wicker Memorial Park Social Center at 2215 Ridge Road. The roundtable is an ongoing veterans roundtable, serves as a conduit where military and veteran organizations create ways to support those who have served. I sit on this board, and it is quite impressive of the brainstorming and the support that they give one another. We just had a meeting yesterday, actually, for a first meeting of the year. You don't have to register for this. You don't have to live in the township for this. This is open to any veteran in the area, or even if you do veterans work or any kind of support system for veterans, you're more than welcome to attend. For more information, you could contact 219-313-3934. On February 10th from 9 to 11 is the Vets and Friends Coffee Social, which is co-hosted by the Wicker Memorial Park Fund, and which is held at the Wicker Memorial Park Clubhouse. And these socials provide veterans of all ages an opportunity to gather and network and strengthen their support systems. We have organizations as far as Habitat for Humanity, to veterans realtors, to veterans healthcare. We have Xavier Garcia from the VA, and we also have members of the roundtable, members of the public coming in, and it's a good way to share every every coffee social, somebody leaves with new information that they didn't know about prior. So it's a very good event to show up for. Again, that's February 10th from 9 to 11. No registration is required, and it is open to all residents. So if you'd like more information, you can call 219-313-3934.
And we're going to keep moving since I took up so many time talking to Jed and we had some other things on the agenda. But moving along, we're going to our senior luncheon, and and I'm still sad that I missed the last one because that was our Christmas one, and I missed that. That was, like I said, during the time that I was ill. So to all my seniors out there that are listening that missed me, I missed you too, and just know that I was thinking about you. Meanwhile, I was at home blowing my snots and taking my meds and tea and coffee and everything. But we have our senior luncheon, and our next senior luncheon is Wednesday, February 11th, 2025. Doors open up at 11 a.m. Starts at 12 noon. The location is at our Wicker Memorial Park Social Center at 2215 Ridge Road in Highland, Indiana. It's open to North Township residents only, ages 55 and older. ID is required. So you must register. Registration dates are from January 20th to February 2nd. You can call at 219-932-2530. Press extension 2 to make your reservations. The event, you must register for this event, and you must be a North Township resident with a ID to come to this event. So once again, if you want to register for our senior luncheon, you can call 219-932-2530. Listen to the message, and you will it'll go to take you to extension 2 to make your reservation.
Extension 2 is the senior line.
Okay.
So just keep in mind, every senior event that we have where you have to register, it will always be extension 2.
So for all our seniors out there, when you call the township and you want to leave a message or talk to somebody about whether it be a luncheon, whether it be about a trip, whether to the casino or to Mission Walk or wherever, extension 2 is
right.
the extent you want to hit.
Right. And I'm just going to mention one event so far in March was our senior citizen casino trip, which it will be held on Tuesday, March 17th. You must be 55 years or older. I'll be 55 in March.
Are you telling me that I'm going to start going on these trips? Yeah, I'm going to start
Not
joining
working,
the
I'm
seniors.
going. Advance payment is required, and there are no refunds. For North Township residents, it's $30 per person, and non-North Township residents is $35 per person. Payments are accepted in cash, check, or money order, and your ticket includes a $15 slot credit and $10 food voucher. This bus leaves Wicker Park at 8:30 a.m. and returns approximately at 4 p.m. And this goes to Four Winds Casino in New Buffalo. So again, that's Tuesday, March 17th. I just want to add, January, we don't have too many things going on in the township because this is our opportunity to get our in-house cleaning done, our in-house prepping for the year done, our in-house event planning and finalizing and changes and finalizing bands for the concerts and jazz in the park and all these wonderful things that the North Township has to offer you. So this is our time to have, I've said it to a couple people in the public, this is our time to meet with staff in-house to finalize new policies and procedures and all that good stuff to make sure that our 2026 season runs very smoothly. So there aren't a lot of events in January, again, and February, because this is our downtime, because from March to December, it is nonstop, 7 days a week, every week. It's really crazy, and we pull it off very well. Our staff pulls it off. But please be patient with us. We're prepping for park reservations. We're prepping for golf outing reservations. We're prepping for everything right now. Before we meet with the public, I know a couple people wanted to meet with us. We have to get this in-house meetings and prepping and finalizations done first before we can come out with any more information. And all our information is shared with you always, our events and everything that's upcoming and any concerns on our websites, Office of the North Township Trustee and Wicker Memorial Park, and our social media. So today starts our first round of meetings, our in-staff meetings. So
it's for all our events, and we want those in the public to also continue to know that during these cold winter months that we have our energy assistant program. We have a lot of other programs that are going on, and you know, whether it's a clothing voucher or energy assistance program or rental assistance or burial assistance, all those things that we continue to do at the township. So, you know,
continues.
Exactly.
Yes.
So with that being said, meaning that the staff stays busy 24/7.
Right.
You know, and actually a lot more busier now, because now we are going to start discussing our fun stuff. A lot of our events that we do in the park that require so much, so many involvement with employees and so much input in planning and inputs and police departments and things that we have to have the police there for. So all those things are happening right now. And on top of that, we continue our everyday to day lives and making sure that people get, you know, the necessities they need and the help they need, or at least pointing them in the right direction. So it's busy, extremely busy. When we say our slow months, it's our slow months to the pub that kind of look, but our office is like extremely busy, you know.
And they are so busy during these cold.
And kudos and thank you to everybody that works for the North Township Trustee's office, my staff, if you're out there listening, you know, thank you. The township wouldn't be where it's at today because of you all.
Our manager, all of our extremely well-versed case managers.
For instance, like, you know, you think, the park, you know, hey, listen, our golf courses right now going through some big changes where they're changing out heads to the irrigation system.
It's getting a huge upgraded system to the irrigation.
So they're out there working, and as much as you think, there's nobody in the park, no, they're out there in the park, and they're working, and they're changing these heads as cold as it is, you know. But, kudos to the guys in the park for, you know, keeping the park looking immaculate. And
our two assistance offices, our East Chicago office, which is ran by our Chief Deputy Virginia Carter, and our Hammond office by our manager, Sabrina Bell, and the caseworkers there are case managers that work in both offices have been working nonstop from open to close, assisting people with anything from food vouchers to rental mortgage assistance, utility assistance, especially the EAP, Energy Assistance Program. And they have been seeing people that have never came before. Which speaks volumes, and that's what we're there for. That is the main thing of the township, and we are in public service, and we are there to help you. So if anyone needs assistance or knows someone who needs assistance or just has some questions about the assistance that we provide, please contact one of those two offices, or you can go on our Office of the North Township Trustee website again to review that. And our dial-a-ride is nonstop.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Yes.
We can't
Olivia,
forget about
thank you,
dial-a-ride.
Olivia out there, and all those that are working in there. Shirley, Olivia, all of
Michelle,
all the guys, Ken, all of them. I want to go down the list, but all of y'all, thank you very, very much, and you know, for keeping us afloat, keeping us moving forward. I appreciate you, and thank you for doing a great job in the township.
You know, our dial-a-ride provides transportation services to residents that live in the North Township to their doctor appointments or medical appointments, and to grocery stores for grocery shopping.
Necessities, day-to-day necessities. And
right.
we just know that it's on a call-in service, and you have to call in and get in. You know, a lot of communities no longer have a bus service. And being that we do represent, you know, the cities of, you know, three cities,
biggest area.
Yeah, 3 cities and 3 towns, that we go in all those areas. So it is at a very high demand. And, you know, it was at one point able to take you, whether you wanted to go shopping or, you know, get your hair done. We were able to do that, you know, with the cutting and funding from the state, that, you know, some of these programs we had to kind of dial back. But, you know, I believe put them in a better position, meaning those things should be for folks that need to get to the doctor, that need to get to dialysis and things of that nature. So we were able to critique the you know,
The guidelines.
the guidelines on how we're going to move folks around here in the township, and we definitely a priority base when it comes to medical and doctor visits or anything of that nature.
So our Dial-A-Ride transportation service runs consistently, nonstop, and we want to thank again all our Dial-A-Ride employees for all of the work that they do, and they're out there in the elements as well, and as well as Oak Hill Cemetery. Latoya, the manager, Brian and Jerry, they still do burials in the winter,
And
so they are active. They are very active cemetery still, and they're out there in the elements as well, and we want to thank them too.
So we're gonna have a great year. We're gonna have a great 2026, and
Absolutely.
we have some big events that we're just gonna mention real quick so that you can keep an eye out and keep the ear to the radio and your eyes to our social media page, because everything we do in the township, whether they're an event, any event and all events that we do at the township, are always put on our social media page. We are extremely transparent on all the things you do. There is not a reason for anybody to say, well, what's going on in the township?
Or we didn't know.
No, yeah, because guess what? It's on our social media page. Everything we put on our social media page. We come on our radio show here, on
Our
Thursdays,
websites.
our website. So, a lot of things going on in the township. And we're just going to run over some of the big 2026 events that we got coming. I'll do half, and then you can grab half.
Okay.
In March, our first big event is March for our kids. We have our Easter egg hunt. That's always a fun event. Then we have in April, we have
let me add to March. We have our Down syndrome parade in
that's
March
right,
as
that's
well. That's
right.
our first big kickoff.
I didn't see it on here, but yes, we when I came on, we started that. I remember because it was March 21st is
On
my
your birthday, right.
and we started that the Down syndrome parade in the park. And oh my God, that's such a fun event.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing, the parade, absolutely. Kudos to those that participate in that parade, Highland and the fire department and the police department and everybody. Kudos, thank you. It's a wonderful event.
And the Bishop No cheerleaders. Can't leave them out.
Yes. So, and then we also have in April, we move to our resource fair. We have a resource fair in April, and that's April 16th. Then we have our spring job fair, which is in May 14th. And then we run into our summer concert series starting in June 18th. And then we have our jazz and blues in the park that starts in June 23rd. We go to our cruise nights that start in June 24th. So as you can see, a lot of these things are like, we're busy in the summer. We're doing this one day, we're doing a cruise night one day, and then we're doing jazz and blues in the park on the next day. So we're just extremely busy. So, if you have any interest in any of those big events that I just kind of rattled off, and she's going to say some more, that, call any number and ask about them. And like I said, and if you don't want to call and talk to anybody, all you have to do is go to our social media page. All these things are on there.
Our information is always
and you can
available.
see, and if you're saying, well, I don't find it, you can see it means because the event is not so close to the date, and we may have not posted a flyer about it. But if you just want to get a glimpse of what happened, you can scroll up to the year before, and you can see everything the year before and what we do and what are the requirements, because everything's basically the same. So if it requires you have a North Township resident and come in with an ID, well, then that's the requirement. But you'll see them on the flyers that we've created before. But once again, and I can't say this enough, that everything we do at the township, we post on our social media pages, and we put out there, whether it be this radio show or any of our social outlets, we put them out there. So, I mean, it's all there for you. And I'll let you go, because
And we
I see we still have another.
In 2026, we have our Vets and Friends Barbecue Social in July, Taste of Wicker Food Festival in August, this big major senior picnic and resource fair in September. That's always huge. Victory for Veterans motorcycle ride in September. Our fall job fair in October. Our huge trunk or treat, which we can't wait to see what Adriana comes up with for WJOB this year. I know it's going to be good.
Fun. It's all fun event.
Right? Our Vets Thanksgiving dinner in November.
You
and
never
our
know
coat
what
drive.
we could dress up at.
Well, you guys were pretty creative this past October.
Yeah, and I was like, I
different
think it
versions
was
of
like
Jed.
2 weeks before, because we were going to do something entirely different, and then that's when our other producer Joe Semino had a photo shoot, and he's like, they dressed me up like Jed, and I was like, guys, hold on,
That was perfect.
this is what we're doing. Everybody's gonna show up.
That sounds like fun.
Now, when I
was
saw
there,
you guys, I knew immediately who you were dressed up like. But I don't think Jed realized when he
until
saw
somebody's
you,
like,
right?
"Are you looking in the mirror?" He's like, "What?" And then I'd go, "Where are you?" He starts dying laughing. His wife knew. Everybody knew except for him. That was the best thing. So yeah, we'll come out with something great this year.
So, that was last year, but guess what? See how fun that was, coming out. Can you imagine just going out and see actors? Hey, that's Jed. That's hilarious.
It was good. It was really,
and
really
I'm speaking as if I wasn't there. I was there, but I had I've talked to so many people
You
that
were,
day.
yeah.
The line, and correct me, the line started
Kept
there
going.
and it went all the way down. And
Yeah.
it seemed, I remember one year where we literally, and we had to do this last year, where we had to get at the back of the line and stop it because if not,
Yeah.
folks just
There's
kept
over 1,200
coming.
people
Yeah,
there.
kept coming and coming and coming. I mean, it puts a big smile on your face when you see these kids dressed up and they're coming out, and we've had
It's even fun for the adults. It's fun
yeah.
for us to dress up.
I love when
and-
I see the entire families dressed up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I go back to this one because this one was I think like one of my first, trunk or treats is I saw a family and the mother and father were dressed as tamers, like lion tamers, and then they had a wagon and they built this
That was
cage,
last year.
and there was
Yeah.
a baby in there that was dressed as a little tiger, and they were the tamer, and it was just I
Yeah.
thought, well, just the cutest thing I've ever seen.
miss
and I'm
those
like,
days.
that puts such a big smile, and look at him, like look at the baby, like, "Rawr," it was fun. So like I said, we do a lot of fun things at the township, and kids have a great time on our, almost close to $1 million playground equipment. We're pouring play and surface where kids get out there and have a great time and
Yeah.
fun. And during that time, we do these pile of leaves next to the the lines, and watching kids dive in the pile of leaves and just having good old fun like back in the days. So
Yeah. So, yeah. I am excited to see what you come
we'll
up
pull
with.
something out of our hat
Yeah.
here. Our
Yeah,
old hat of tricks here.
I was
at
like,
the
now you got to
studio.
one up the last
do.
year's, and that's a tough task. Who's gonna be Jed?
I don't know. He's sporting that purple hat today. So.
Oh yeah, Justin's a rough rider.
And our coat drive. Our coat drive is always held in November, which also once I should mention that we really want to extend our sincere gratitude and thanks to our sponsors for our events. NIPSCO was a huge sponsor this past year. BP and Anthony Gutierrez from his realty group, and there's so many others that
WJOB.
donated,
I mean,
especially
WJOB,
WJOB. And we actually, I know we moan and groan the night before the radio show, like,
Right.
God, why is it so early in the morning? And driving here, we're like, oh God, and my anxiety goes up because I have to go over the tracks, and I don't want to get caught by a train. But we love doing the show, and a huge thank you to Jed and his staff and everyone for always welcoming us and making us feel comfortable and letting us come and present the North Township and sharing what we're about. And 2025 was a good year for us, and I'm looking forward to doing 2026 with you as a trustee and
Likewise,
and all of our employees, and it's going to be a really good year.
20 years from now, I'll be talking about, hey, we were hosting our radio shows at Purdue Northwest, and now we're back at the other building. I said we can literally say we lived the lives of both buildings,
Right.
And I remember coming to this building one time before, and it had just moved. I remember coming in, and then boom, and they were gone, and they were over there, and now they're back here. So my story 20 years from now, I'll be like, I've been at all of their stations. I was over here, I was over there, but this is our new spot for now, and they are doing some upgrades, and they're going to have a little table set up. And we walked in and we saw some of those things, and so big things happen here at the new WJ. Well, new/old building that we're.
Good things are going to happen with WJOB this year too.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that thermostat's going to get moved, and all these props that he has holding up there, and all that's going to get taken care of, because Jed, I know it'll disturb him. Now that we all know about it and we've told him, he's going to be like, man, I got to get that thing. Or the next time you come, he'll have it covered up with a tape or something like that.
Or painted.
So, right. Yeah, we could just paint it to match the background of the wall. I can hear him saying that too. But thank you for all those that listen to our radio show. May you and your families be blessed as we enter this new year of 2026. Stay tuned to our radio show. Stay tuned to our social media pages to see what's going on in the township. We look forward to serving you as we do every year. But thank you, and thank you to all those that listen and follow us, and thank you, most importantly, thank you to all the employees at the North Township. Whether
Yes.
you're at the cemetery, if you're at the park, you're a case manager, you're in a building, thank you, you're driving a bus, thank you. I can't thank you enough, because you all are the reason why we are here today. You coming into work every day and doing your job at the best of your abilities is what keeps this township running. So thank you, Nikki. Thank you for being an awesome chief of staff.
Thank you.
We're gonna have a great 2026, and I can't do it without you. I tell folks all the time when they're asking me a question, "Hey, I need to do this." I said, "You talk to Nikki yet?" All right, let me talk. Yeah, go talk to Nikki.
I heard you yesterday.
And then Nikki will put it on my calendar, or she'll come into my office and say, "Hey, we got to talk about this." So, yeah, she's the she takes notes, and she's like, boom, and I'm like, what did we talk about? I talked to 10 people yesterday. What was the one that was pressing in my mind that I'm like, I need to get this done now? She goes, well, hold on. That's what I'm like, all right. So thank you for being an awesome chief of staff.
Thanks for having me.
And we're gonna have an awesome 2026. And Adriana, you know that you always have a spot at the township if he doesn't change the thermostat. And
Jim's gonna send you a text. Stop it!
Right? No. So thank you to the listeners. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you. When's the next one? I don't see it on here, but we're on our Thursdays every.
We are the first Thursday of the month
Yes.
for February.
All right.
So thank you very much for tuning in, and we wish everyone a happy and healthy 2026.
And bear down.
Bear
Bear down.
There you go.
Hey, there's word that we may be the Northwest Indiana bear, but bear down.
Bear down.
And we're Boilermaker family, but we are rooting for
IU. Yes,
so
yes,
there
yes.
you go. I'll say it. I'll say it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors bring the highest standard of electrical work to Lake County homes, schools, and businesses. From everyday fixes to once-in-a-lifetime